Google has finally made the Pixel 10 series official, and we were in New York last week to check out the entire lineup ahead of today's event. The Pixel 10 series consists of the Pixel 10, Pixel 10 Pro, Pixel 10 Pro XL, and the Pixel 10 Pro Fold. Now let's start with that base model Pixel 10. As we had exclusively reported weeks ago, the Pixel 10 is going to be available in 4 colors: Indigo, Frost, Lemongrass, and Obsidian. Now we thought that Google would use the Limoncello name, but they are going back to a familiar favorite in Lemongrass. One of the bigger features on the Pixel 10 series this year is going to be Magic Cue. We were able to get a demo of it in action at our hands-on last week, and it really reminded me of Google Now, but it's a lot more contextually aware and available in many more Google apps. Google says that it can help connect the dots across your digital life as it is able to anticipate your needs. For instance, say someone asks what the name of that restaurant you are going to meet at for lunch. Magic Cue can bring that name up and also give you other options like the address and directions. It can also bring up things like your flight information if you're calling Delta to get your flight changed. It'll be able to show your information right there in the dialer. Now that includes that pesky confirmation number that you always seem to. This feature is available across the entire Pixel 10 series, but it's not going to be coming to older devices. Now the reason for this is because it works on the Tensor G5 with its improved processing and the new LLMs that are running on the Pixel 10 series.
Messages queued up here. If I'm making plans with friends, Abigail, for example, is asking me where our dinner reservation is. Before I can even look to think where that information might live, Magic Cue pulls that from my reservation email and even lets me choose whether I want to communicate the address or just the restaurant name. And then I tap it and she has that info. My friend Andrew also asked me about that restaurant, and after I responded, he asked me if I can call the restaurant. And Magic Cue finds that phone number in my personal contacts, reservation email in this case. I tap it, I call it, and then you see it show up in your phone app with the reservation email directly. And that looks especially cool when you're calling an airline. Call United about my flight, they always ask you about all this information, your confirmation number, and then you scramble to find it. Here's all of it in one view, and if that's not enough, you can go right into your source email to really find everything they're asking you.
Another feature that we know won't be coming to previous Pixel devices is going to be Live Translate. This is another demo that we were able to experience last week in New York, and I was pretty impressed with how instant the live translation was. It's able to translate a handful of languages right now. This includes German, Italian, Japanese, and Spanish, along with English. Google will likely expand this to other languages in the pretty near future. Now, Google did also note that this feature will work on non-Pixel devices. So say you have a new Pixel 10 and you're calling a hotel in Japan that speaks only Japanese. You can do live translate with them, and the Japanese will be translated to English for you, and your English will be translated to Japanese for them. Live Translate is also able to detect your emotions and add that into the conversation. And I have to say, it was really impressive with how well even the emotion and the person speaking came through.
Alexander at Pier 57 in New York.
Super. Also die Sprache, great. Also the language translation that you are currently listening to works particularly well with long sentences, and you notice that it is still fluently translated, even if I say a very long sentence. Und du hörst auch, dass, and you also hear that my intonation is being taken over. So if I speak very, very cheerfully or very, very sadly, then he takes over directly. And as I said, we want that as naturally as possible.
Now moving on to those Pixel 10 Pro models, the Pixel 10 Pro and Pixel 10 Pro XL will be available in Moonstone, Jade, Obsidian, and Porcelain, while the Pixel 10 Pro Fold will be available in just Jade and Moonstone colorways. Surprisingly, Google is ditching that Obsidian and Porcelain color for the Pixel 10 Pro Fold. It's really surprising because a lot of smartphone manufacturers will always offer a black and or a white model, but Google is doing neither with their foldable this year. Now the entire Pixel 10 lineup is getting a new ISP that is custom built for Pixel on the Tensor G5. This is available even on the base model, so you're going to see a lot of changes with the cameras on the entire Pixel 10 lineup. But when it comes to the Pro models, Google has included enhanced optical stabilization, which is going to enable incredibly smooth video from each of the 3 rear cameras. And the new Pro Resume is also going to be exclusive to the Pro models, and that will allow you to take shots at up to 100x. Now this does work a little bit differently than the previous Super Resume, which is still on the Pixel 10, where you can actually shoot at 100x in the camera app versus zooming in after the fact. There is also the new Camera Coach, which uses Gemini to help you take better photos, and that is also going to be exclusive to these Pro models. All the Pixel models will get the Tensor G5 this year, as well as bigger batteries all around, with the Pixel 10 Pro XL getting its largest battery in a Pixel at 5,200 mAh. Now that's even larger than the Galaxy S25 Ultra, which is $100 more and has less RAM. Finally, let's talk about the Google Pixel 10 Pro Fold. Externally, there's not a lot of changes. The biggest change you'll notice is the larger cover display. It's essentially the same physical size, but the cover display is now 6.4 inches, and that's thanks to the thinner bezels and that smaller gearless hinge that Google is using. Also, thanks to that hinge, Google was able to bring IP68 to the Pixel 10 Pro Fold, which is actually a first for a foldable. A lot of those Chinese foldables aren't even IP68, they're mostly IP58, just like the Galaxy Z Fold 7, and others are IP48 like the Motorola Razr. So it's really going to increase the durability of the Google Pixel 10 Pro Fold. Now Google has changed up the camera UI on the main display of the Pixel 10 Pro Fold. So now on the right side you will get that same camera layout that you're used to on pretty much any Pixel phone that we've seen in recent years. But on the left side there's going to be a large, and we do mean large, camera reel, which really lets you take advantage of that huge 8-inch display. Unfortunately, the Pixel 10 Pro Fold does not get that Pro Res Zoom up to 100x. Now that is likely due to the smaller and lower resolution 5x lens that's here. So it gets Super Res Zoom up to 20x just like the base model Pixel 10. Now let's talk about pricing and availability. Pricing is staying mostly the same this year, with the Pixel 10 starting at $799, Pixel 10 Pro at $999, and the Pixel 10 Pro XL at $1199. Technically, the Pixel 10 Pro XL is jumping $100 this year, but that is because Google is ditching that 128GB model on the Pro XL. The other models are sticking with the same 128GB of storage. Pixel 10 Pro Fold is also sticking with the same $1799 price tag. That does make it $200 less than the Galaxy Z Fold 7, however, and it'll also be available at 256 as well as 512 and a new 1TB model. Pre-orders for these are open today, with the Pixel 10, Pixel 10 Pro, Pixel 10 Pro XL all shipping out next week on August 28th. Pixel 10 Pro Fold is actually going to be delayed until October 9th, as had been previously reported. Now there is a pretty big gap between the announcement and availability, which makes us think that it might be a supply chain issue, but we don't know for sure. But that's the new Pixel 10 series. We'll have a separate video on the Pixel Watch 4 and Pixel Buds 2a. And if you enjoyed this video, make sure to like, comment, and subscribe, as we'll have plenty more Pixel 10 content on the way, as well as content from IFA, which is getting ready to start here in a couple of weeks. And we'll see you next time.